See if the stream picks up. Okay, there you go. And very nice. All right, so there we are. And welcome to 12 Ticks. We are about to embark on an important discussion in this live session. To participate, download the 12 Ticks app from the Google Play Store. Once installed, it's a super short registration on the app. When you open the app, look for the main topic for today, then click that discussion. The app is free to use and you have 12 seconds to contribute. If you'd like to control more of the conversation, click your profile at the bottom of your screen, then click Upgrade to double or quadruple your time for a small monthly fee. This gets you expanded time on unlimited tickers throughout the site. Lastly, you can create your own ticker to run your discussion on what is important to you. For a nominal monthly fee, you can collect valuable insights about your customers, fans, and private group members. 12 Ticks, you've got 12 seconds uninterrupted. Welcome to 12 Ticks, and you've got 12 seconds uninterrupted. In today's world, it seems that nobody wants to hear what you have to say because you're not important, because you're not a politician, because you're not rich. But that's exactly the opposite of what this country stands for. So now we have to make a change. You see, crippling debt, unprecedented depression, and numerous global problems that only get worse due to greed are not going to go away, especially if we don't talk about them and, even better, do something about them. Download the app so that you can speak live, so we can hear what you have to say in the mood that you meant to say it in the most relevant time in history. Throw in your 12 ticks.
Basically, what they tell you is if someone doesn't support you, then you get rid of them. That doesn't matter if it's your mum, your brother, your sister, your husband, your friend. You don't need that in your life.
I didn't know much about multi-level marketing before this, and once you start looking, these ads are everywhere.
Amazing flipping opportunity.
$1 million opportunity.
It's £15,000 a month, and you can earn more than that.
But very few of them say what the job actually is. Multi-level marketing, also known as network marketing, or MLM for short, is a way of selling products via individual distributors instead of in a shop. There's no salary and no office. You work from home, cover your own expenses, and earn commission on what you sell. I'm investigating whether the reality matches up to what these companies seem to promise. 48 hours ago, I posted on a work from home group saying that I was looking for some extra income. I've got 143 comments on this post. Nearly all of those sound like they're from MLMs.
We were told to call to message people with an opportunity. Recruiting was the main topic of every conversation. We had no money for food and things because I was promised if I put this in I'd get more back. It seemed a little bit like a cult.
This little black box that says unique across it changed my life.
If you sign up to sell for them, you're called a presenter. So I'm about to register. Join the family, register now. I'm presenter number 131,068 in the United Kingdom. There are so many people in this business. And I don't think they can all be making 5 figures a month. 1.2.
All right. So you guys now see what we're talking about today. We're talking about the hell of MLM. To you all that don't know, that's multi-level marketing. And what they call it in some cases, a pyramid scheme, a scam. But the setup is anything but, okay? But if a business leads a person to believe that they're going to make a certain amount of income, and most of them do not, and when we say most, we mean 98% of people actually don't even make money. A lot of them owe money for stuff that they had to buy as far as startup costs. So is this really not a scam as far as the organizational pattern. It's really a scam because the business model is a failure and they keep pushing it. That's what we're talking about today here on 12 Ticks. You've got 12 seconds uninterrupted. Now, if you guys want to jump into our discussion here and you want to say something about this live, make sure you've downloaded the app from the Google Play Store. All right, you see it right there, the Google Play Store, and you guys will get to speak live on this when we actually go to the ticker page for this particular one. Okay, so now let's get to this and let's make sure that we are quite clear on this. Okay. Multi-level marketing is a legal entity. However, I am going to put a heavy caveat on that and say everything that's healthy is not right. Okay? Just because it went through paperwork and went through a government institution to gain a certain status or credibility, it still doesn't make it morally right. It still doesn't make it financially right, definitely. And it doesn't make it right in general. So, if you guys have ever been in a multi-level marketing and you want to say something about it, all right, without having to write something in the chat, we are inviting you to say something live within the ticker to actually get your story out there without mentioning the company names, okay? So we don't want to do that. Now, here's the thing. When we're starting out with this, you guys are going to see that multi-level marketing sells the dream, okay? That's what we're actually doing here, okay? They are selling you the dream of a better life, more money, more freedom, independence. They like to call it financial freedom. However, when you actually look at this, when you look at most of the distributors, when you look at most of the presenters online, you guys will see that they are doing everything they can. They're working hard, and a lot of them are. And they're not making any money. Sure as hell, not making any life-changing money. And their families are being destroyed because multi-level marketing, the first tactic of any MLM company is to make a hot list. This is a list of all your families and friends who actually you're close to, that they want you to sign up for. They want you to get their addresses, their phone numbers, everything that you can get on them, and they want you to make a list of 100 of these people. Now, most people don't even have a family that big, let alone know anybody, 100 people. All right, some people got 5,000 Facebook friends. You only know 3 personally. And you're trying to get and sign up 100 people for this, and you call that your hot list? Okay. Now, if people are doing that, and we got the hot list going, right? You are systematically alienating your family because they are not salespeople, which is what you have to turn somebody into if you want to get them into multi-level marketing. And here's the worst part of all of this. It can ruin your relationship with your parents, with your brothers, with your cousins, with your aunts, with your great-granddad, okay? You can ruin relationships because they're not in the mindset of being an entrepreneur. They sure as hell don't want to sell anybody anything. And in order to be good at multi-level marketing, here's the kicker. You're working for a company who wants to sell a product, all right? You sell the product, but you don't make any money from selling the product, all right? Very menial, all right? Now, because you've paid an upfront cost in order to buy the kit, buy into the company, okay? Get your little piece, right? In order to get the product so you can see how they work, so you can learn to love them. That's the language. If you do that, and then you go out and sell the products, the commissions are like $1, $2. So if I'm selling some for $30 and I'm getting $1 off of that, how in the hell am I going to get rich? Especially for the ones who have you selling out of your house. The ones who have you going to hotels, the one who have you renting out empty space in abandoned buildings so that you can have an air of credibility when these people come into the building and they see your presentation, they see what you've done, and the thing about it is this cult language is keep on selling. Keep on selling. Keep having the meetings. Wake up at midnight. I know people who have gone 11 p.m. and they've stayed up 11 p.m. starting a meeting, and they'll go all the way into the morning just having meetings every single night. Okay, recruiter, you're telling me that people who have their own lives, who have a smartphone or who have things to do, some children, family, jobs, got to get some sleep. They visited your apartment at 3 a.m. to listen to an MLM pitch. Ain't that a I wanted to say it. All right, now, when you guys think about this, this is asinine to a whole other level. This is off the charts ridiculous. But people will do it, okay, and believe this because when you show somebody a snappy video of wealth and prestige and freedom, everything that they want, no matter how ridiculous the idea is, no matter how bad the sales pitch is, all right, no matter how much of reason that's supposed to be in your mind, it goes away because you want the thing more than you want to trust your own thoughts. Okay? Happens every single day. Marketers call it the irresistible offer, something you cannot refuse because the deal is so good. All right. Women, I hear women say this all the time. So I know the psychology is there and I know it works. And they're using that against ordinary, innocent people in order to do this. Now, here's the next problem with the MLM. Okay. They're talking about if you bring in 2 friends and they bring in 2 friends, some of them want you to get 3, but they bring in 2 friends, by the time you're at the end of 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, you'll have a downline that's so huge, you can sit back and relax and enjoy your $10,000, $20,000 a month residuals that are coming from the company. And now all you have to do is train. Well, if you get even 10 people into a multi-level marketing business, and I'm talking about the principles too. If they all got 2 people and that every single day, did you guys know that within I think it's a month and a half, you will have exceeded the population of the earth? Now, that's assuming that anybody wants to hear an MLM pitch. That's assuming that everybody doesn't believe you're a scam. That's assuming that everybody wants to become a salesman. And that's assuming that everybody has the money to buy the starter kit from your company. And that's it. Assumes that everybody will buy into the cult-like mentality that you have bred into the company. That's why every time they want you guys, they don't want to talk to you one-on-one. All right. When you ask, tell me a little bit about this, all of a sudden you will hear people say, you know, I don't know too much about it, but why don't you come to a meeting? Have you guys heard that before? All right. I don't know too much about it, but the conference is coming up in 2 weeks. It'll be the most spectacular thing you've ever seen in your life. Please, if you come to the conference, you'll see what I'm talking about and you'll be involved. If you can't tell me about it and you're telling me you don't know about it, then why the hell am I following you into something you don't know anything about? Oh, well, I'll get to meet the millionaires. Yeah, sure. All right. Now, no doubt, there are some people who have become millionaires in multi-level marketing. I don't doubt that. However, if it's 6 people out of 100,000, them ain't good numbers. So I don't care if it's legit or not. I'm not going to go down that road because it's a poor business model. Okay. It's really weak. And that's what I have to show you guys. It's just bad on a whole nother level. It's just bad. Now, let me tell you about this. I'm not going to mention the company that I actually got in when I was younger because I think I was 21 years old when I actually got into my first MLM. Now, the first one I got into was a gifting MLM, meaning that it was simply money exchange, and then we had to have affidavits. So every time somebody gave us money or we gave somebody money, we had to exchange this paperwork saying this is a gift. You don't expect anything in return. Of course you do. You joined the MLM for this. Now, the other part of this, as far as selling the product, everybody, is recruitment. Exactly what they were saying in this video that just preceded this. You don't make any money selling the product. You make the money recruiting people into the program. Okay, so I had to recruit people in, and the only bait that I had was that if you give me this money, then somebody else is going to give you back this money and more, and that's going to keep snowballing and accumulating until all of us are filthy rich. Now, I don't know why this didn't work. I say that tongue in cheek. All right, and the reason why this didn't work because when you actually start if you look at this from another person's logical perspective, you have to think that, okay, I'm going to give you money, and give you money, somebody else is going to give me money. Now, to an outside person, does that make any sense? No, there's no product involved. There's no nothing, which is why it didn't last too long. Okay. Now, because I am a little bit more charismatic, because I can talk to people, it was a little bit easier for me to get people to come in. However, the people that I brought in were not salespeople. They were not charismatic. They did not want to sell products. They did not want to talk to other people to get them into the program. So because of that, the whole thing crumbled under me in about 2 weeks. Okay, so my little revenue stream dried up right quick. And luckily, I did not have to buy a product, so I was out any money at the beginning. That was the good part about it. So when you guys are looking at this, please, 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 I want you to look at this with the eye of a person with rational senses. Now, I do agree, okay, and you guys might find this funny. I do agree with one part of it. What do they call it? Personal improvement. There you go. Self-improvement industry. The self-improvement that comes along with, they have you reading books, looking at positive quotes, learning how to sell, stuff like that. Those are useful traits, just not in this business. Because if you did all the stuff and you just took the self-improvement part of it and applied it to your own product, you would make a hell of a lot more money, because you don't have the overhead of having to pay your upline, having to pay everybody in the upline, having to take these small commissions, trying to recruit people. No, if you had your one own single product and you applied the self-help principles to your own, you're taking off and you're making most of the profit, and it's your thing. You control it. You do what you want to do. So if you work hard, you get a bunch of money. If you get lazy, you don't get money. It's going to work like that with anything, but at least you're getting the lion's share of the money off something you produce that you believe in. Okay? The rest of the stuff, I don't believe in it at all. When I was selling somebody else's product, I didn't believe in it at all. All right. Now, the only thing I did believe in, and I think I was 17 years old, I used to sell Cutco knives door to door. Okay, so go up to somebody's house, try to sell them a Cutco kit. If they didn't want the kit, I tried to sell them an individual knife with the super shears and all that good stuff. Those of you who are Cutco salesmen, you understand. You're my people. All right, but when you actually get back and you see this stuff going on here, you guys will realize that it's asinine, because you're using physical energy to try to reach people, and they're all cold. Meaning that your closing percentage, it can only be like less than 1%. So if that is the case, on cold traffic on foot, that means that I can't talk to that many people to make the 1% worthwhile. So why am I doing it? Good question. I shouldn't be. Okay, so that's the issue. You shouldn't be. Now, let's get to move on, and I'm going to tell you guys about this. When I got involved in this MLM, the first thing that they did was they came in and they made sure that there were other people in the room that actually carried their excitement, the cult-like following, right? So they had to get you excited about the product, see and explain, and have other people stand up in front of the room and tell you how much money they're making in order to get you to believe in this concept, believe in this idea, even though we're sitting in somebody's dingy living room. Okay, so yes, all right, and yes, I did say it was dingy because it was. Now, if we're sitting there and I'm listening to these people give their testimony, and then they put on the company video. So they put on the company video, and the company video tells you how great the company is, all right? And they'll tell you, start explaining to you the compensation levels, all right? Our compensation plan is better than anybody else in the industry. And if you jump in right now, you're in the prime time, which is always, you're in the prime time of getting in on this industry while it's hot. Capitalize before everybody else gets in here and they take away your chance to make your life and your dreams come true. All right. Now, when they actually say that to you and they give you the sales pitch and stuff like that, at the time, you are super excited. And there's a reason why there's all young people in the room. Because an old person is going to look around and be like, y'all listening to this? What's wrong? This ain't nothing but a bunch of bump. All right, y'all need to get on out of here. All right, y'all need to leave. Okay, if y'all was smart, y'all come with me. All right. The older person would say if they were in the room because they've seen all this before. They've seen it 10 times, 25, 50 times. All right, they know you ain't gonna get over on them. So when you see this and you see, oh, we got the great compensation plan, and you can earn money forever on your downline, assuming that they're still alive or they're even interested. All right, I just added that last part. All right, now, when I'm sitting there and I'm getting excited because they're telling me how much money they're making. They show me the company video. People are in suits. They're showing their family. They're playing with their kids. They're telling me they're downing the 9 to 5. All right, I down it too, but I'm just saying they're downing the 9 to 5. You should never have any other man in control of your life. That is just pathetic. And if you are working a job and you're building somebody else's dream, you need to get into this because you can't afford not to. Did I hit all the lines for you? Now, when we actually do this and you see that they're going through their spiel and you see they're going through this, it makes you feel good at the time. And I fell for it. So I paid my money. I got in. All right. And I got my kit and I started trying to sell the product. Now, when I started to sell the product, people were very reluctant to buy the product from me because they're like, don't you teach? Aren't you a school teacher? And I was. Why are you selling? Why are you selling stuff? All right, I'm not going to tell you what it is. Sorry, but it was a company that sells healthy health drinks and products. Okay, so. And when when I was going through this, there was a pattern. Everybody was confused that I was trying to do this because they have in their mind that you do one thing, but all of a sudden you're coming to them with another reason why this doesn't work. Okay, so when I got my little kit and I bought in that day, and I started immediately making my top 25. This company only asked. I made the list of my top 25 relatives, all right, friends, family, and all that stuff. And I started calling my friends and family. Luckily, most of them did not answer the phone. And my mother, first one, she said exactly what this the older gentleman said in one of the meetings I went to in another MLM. My mother was like, listen here, all right, I seen this stuff. I mean, I've been alive for a long time. Don't waste your money. All right, go get your money back if you can, but this is nothing but some junk. There ain't nobody getting rich but them people at the top. So if you can, go get your money back, son. Go get your money. And I was like, but mom, I want to be free. I want to be an entrepreneur. She said, Al, all right, please, all right, just go get your money back, okay? And I listened, and then I went to my dad, and my dad, he was like, you know what? I gotta agree with your mama on this one. That's some junk. All right, so you ain't gonna get nothing but taken and that kind of stuff. So I would get out of it. But I was like, Dad, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. I'm gonna be free. All right, and he's like, everybody promises that, son, when they're trying to get something out of you. So I was like, okay. But I knew that at the time I listened. Okay, so I was just like, okay. But I didn't quit right that day. All right, I kept doing it. I kept calling my friends and stuff, trying to sell the products. And I sold a few. Now, when I sold the products, I was like, when I saw my commissions on you can go to their website. And when you saw your commission, I was like, I sold 6 of these things. And the total sales came to something like $390 or something. And my cut was, I think it was like $210 or something like that. So I was like, wait a minute. I sold $390 worth of product and I get $2. I was like, how does that work? So I'm working it out in my head. I'm like, that's less than 1%. All right. So I'm like, so where's my money? So they were, oh yeah. So when I talked to the upline, the people I went to this meeting in their dingy living room, all right, I talked to them, and so they couldn't explain it to me. So I had to go over to the top people in the upline who were really making the money, and they explained to me quite bluntly, you don't make any money selling the products. You make your money recruiting people in, getting them to buy the starter kit, and then you get a bigger piece of that first sale because we basically get the rest. Okay, all the stuff that you're selling, it's our company. We basically get that. Very matter of factly. I mean, he didn't beat around the bush. He didn't stutter. He didn't anything. He just was, hey, this is the way it works. If you don't like it, you can leave. All right. But if you want to be free, you got to keep on with this and keep going. So I was like, oh my goodness. All right. So I keep going with this. And when I go with this, here's the problem. I start researching because remember, we still got a little of the internet here. So the internet is not as robust as it is today, but we still got the internet. So I go online and I'm looking at videos and company videos on websites and stuff like that. And they're selling the products on Amazon. Okay. So when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking to myself, okay, wait a minute. Amazon has Amazon Prime. Meaning that if my people know that my product is on Amazon, they're not going to buy it from me because if they have Amazon, more than likely they have Prime, and Prime is going to ship it to them for free instead of having to pay for shipping like I'm asking them to do. All right. If they get it on Amazon, Amazon offers coupons. So I'm not going to be able to give them a coupon like Amazon does. Okay. When they're on Amazon, they feel excited because they're going to buy other products. Okay, and they're going to see this list of all the other products that are sold by my company that I'm supposed to be distributing for, but they're selling on a big, major e-commerce platform. Now, if that's the case, my people want to buy from them, not me. So my own company, who is trying to get me to recruit people and buy products, to buy kits from them and make these tiny commissions off the sales that I make, they're actually undercutting me by going to a large conglomerate to actually sell the product where people are extremely happy to buy from. And you think they're going to buy from me? So you just sabotage my success. So all you want to use me for is as a customer of your crappy MLM to sell a product to give me the entry pack. Okay. And then after that, you are then going to try to get me to recruit people all the time. I'm not making any money. You're making all the money and you're undercutting my effort to try to make some money for myself. How bad or how much worse can it get? I mean, come now. Can anybody not see this? Now, let's take this a bit further, shall we? Okay, now, I am in this and finally, all right, I decide to get out. Now, obviously, I wasn't the only one because when we actually do this, okay, and I get out of this, I still keep tracking the company because I'm still thinking in my mind because I'm young, right? So I'm still thinking in my mind, I still want to be free. I still want to have a life of financial freedom. So I started following the company. And the leadership jump ship, company folds. And where do they end up? At the top of another MLM pyramid. Nothing wrong with a pyramid. I don't call it a scheme because it's not. However, when you look at that, it's a severely flawed business model. Because the leadership, when it doesn't work, they just file for bankruptcy, don't have to pay anybody back, don't have to pay any debt, and they jump to the next MLM. And now they're at the top of that one. And all the people who are in the cult, who believed and drank the lemonade, they now go over to the other side. And now they get recruited all over again. And they pay money all over again. And the same people at the tops of these pyramids keep getting rich. And I was like, how can anybody bend you over any further to show you that they're boning you? No, I don't think so. All right, so it's bad as far as a business model. So, and that was my story with it. I did not get, even though, here's the thing, I had friends who actually invited me to MLM meetings and I went to be nice. Oh, I just need you to show up. I just need you to, I just need the numbers and all that. I was like, you know, I'm not going to buy anything, right? You know, I'm not going to get into this, right? You know, I've been in a couple of these before, right? You know, I'm not going to buy anything. So no, you just have to show up. Now that's a lie because they want you to show up. So you'll feel the hype, you'll be inspired. And all of a sudden you'll say, I changed my mind. This looks pretty cool. Let me get in. Nope. All right. Not going to happen. So they tried. Okay. Didn't you find some value in it? Yeah, but I could find the same value on the internet. So what else? All right, didn't have anything else. I was like, nah, no, thank you. All right, not gonna do it. But when when you have friends and you go to these MLMs and you meet the people, they're really nice people. They're good people. They want something more for their lives. This is just not the vehicle to do it. It's just not. All right, now, all right, I don't see how you can observe all of this. Because, first of all, if your product is being sold on Amazon, you're being undercut. So therefore, why are you selling the product, trying to sell the product for the company? They're selling it on their own. So what's the use of you? All right. All they're using you for is to buy the pack. They're turning you into a customer. They're not letting you sell anything because they're undercutting you. And now they're getting you to recruit people, which means you're doing all of this for free. How can you notice all of this and still be like, yeah, it's a good idea? It's because I told you at the beginning, what they see out there as freedom, financial independence, all right, being your own person, being able to buy a house, being able to buy your own car, that pull of the promise of those things is greater than even the situation you see in front of you. And that's damaging. All right, that's damaging. Okay, now, here's the thing. Okay, let's go to the next point here. Okay, when you guys have Amazon cutting you, you have changing leadership, you should have noticed that. But here's the problem. Whenever these companies, if you can call them that, whenever they get on in trouble, okay, so FTC, all right, so starts coming in, FDA with the products for the foods and makeups and stuff like that. When we start having trouble with these things and they get shut down, notice that nobody will say a damn thing to you on camera about it. They have never gotten a MLM leader on camera saying that this is what went wrong with the company. We're sorry we did this to our distributors. We should never let anything like this happen, but it did happen, and we're going to try to make this right. Okay, you just don't see it. Now, when it's positive, everybody's in front of the camera. Oh, this is PR, this is publicity. We can get more people into the scheme, all right? Or I should say the pyramid. However, if you guys notice, when something goes bad, they can't be found. That's a dead giveaway, what they call a red flag. You probably are in the wrong business because it happens way too often. The MLM pyramid is a pump and dump scheme at its best, meaning that you build it up, okay? The leadership gets as much money as they can. When they see the pyramid declining, meaning the money is no longer coming to the top, they cut and run, file bankruptcy, and they get into or start another one. They build that one up, all right? It's pump and dump. It's what they used to do with penny stocks. Okay, so you build up this company, you give it a reputation, and in penny stocks it was worse because there was no actual product. They were just talking about it on the phone and making investors believe that this miracle whatever product was coming to the market and they would be able to be a part of it if they only invested that $5,000 right now. Okay, that was what they used to do, and it wasn't even a product. MLM is showing you that they do have a product. They do have this. It's junk. Most of it's garbage. Most of it doesn't work, but they still have a product, and it makes it more easy to convince you that it's real. And that is, that's one hell of a trick. It takes a greasy SOB to get you to believe when they know they're pulling on your psychological string. So it's pretty bad. Now, here's one of the worst parts, I think, about this, okay? And one of the worst things is it's the cult. Because if you say, like I'm saying now, I'm anybody has to say about anything, okay? So you got your opinion, I got mine, so what? But here's the thing. When you say something bad about them, you will have the members who ain't making no money start coming at you. Don't talk about my company like that. We're doing the best that we can. We're doing positive things for the environment. Where are they, Ted? You're doing positive things, all right? You're helping these poor people, all right? Where's your affidavit saying where the money's going? None? They didn't give you that? No paperwork? No nothing? Oh, I see. So they're just telling you you're doing good and you're just parroting it like an idiot. I gotcha. All right, so when you actually see this, everybody, there are going to be some people who might leave comments on this video talking about how great their MLM is. Okay, yes, but you ain't making no money. Okay, so how can you be so gung-ho about something that, remember, the bottom line of any business is to supply the owner with a steady cash inflow so they can either run the business or do what they want with their life, period. So if you're doing it because you feel better, all right, you might as well have just listened to some hip hop, because that's what I do to feel better, and it ain't paying me either. Okay, so we're in the same boat, aren't we? Only I didn't have to recruit and burn bridges with my family, friends, and colleagues and try to make a few bucks to recruit them into a scheme. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say scheme. A poor business model. All right. All right. So there you go. Now, as far as the honesty of this goes, people like to say legal. Once again, everybody, legal does not mean it's morally right. Okay? So there's a lot of stuff that there's paperwork for that's legal in the government or legal in your state or legal in your county, and it doesn't make any sense, and it should not be applied to people. You know that's true. You just refuse to believe it because you see something you want and you're willing to forego that because they dangle the carrot so close to your face, yet you still can't bite it. Isn't that about the size of it? Isn't that exactly what's going on here? All right, we're trying to do this. Okay, so if you guys want to jump into the chat here, okay, if anybody wants to jump in, we are in the ticker. If you guys download the app from the Android store, we're in the one that says MLM Hell. Okay, MLM Hill. So as far as that, you guys can jump in anytime. I'm going to go to the screen here. Let's go to the ticker page. All right, we are now here on the ticker page. You guys will see right here, we have the ticker. If you guys want to do it, I'm going to go ahead and hit the MLM. So there you go. Bam. Boom. And now we are in the ticker. Now, I'm the only one in there. You guys will see me right there at the top. Okay, so everybody see me right there at the top. Now, when you guys come in, you will fill up the ticker and boom, we will be able to get a live conversation going right here on the live. Instead of you guys calling in on a telephone or something like that, we actually have it so that you can actually be inside this ticker and giving your opinion. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. Nobody's in the ticker. All right, I'll go back to the main discussion here. All right, so that is all I have for you guys today as far as your MLM hell. I know your friends think that they're doing you a favor by dragging you to these meetings. I know there's a promise of all this money that you can make running your own business. I know that they are promising you a life of freedom so you can possibly buy a house, a car, and get the life that you want. However, I have to tell you, it ain't gonna come from no MLM. All right, I had to use improper English because that's the way I feel about this MLM junk. Okay, so that's my 12 ticks on the situation. Maybe next time you'll join me in that. That is it, everybody. I am out of here. This is 12 ticks. You've got 12 seconds uninterrupted. I'm Alvin J. And you guys just remember, if somebody's selling your product on a big conglomerate website like Amazon, you have no shot in hell at selling over somebody who is an expert at selling. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. That's the end of our stream. You guys have a good one, and we'll see you on the next one. All right.